Hi, my name is Justin, and I am a brand new funeral director intern, and I just thought it would be kind of cool to start a channel and go through the progress of what I'm involved with now. I am 51 years old and never thought I'd ever get a chance to do something that I really enjoyed or have really enjoyed studying. If you're like me and you've used to go to funerals of people that you didn't even know, or go and tour funeral homes, or go and tour graveyards, and it kind of gives you a little excitement, maybe a little adrenaline rush, then you know where I'm coming from, okay? Well, a few months back, about a few months back, I was talking to the funeral owner that I work for now, and she said, because I have a business degree already, and if I have a psychology class within that business degree, I can actually do an internship with her, and after 1,800 hours and 25 funerals, I'd be a funeral director. And so let me clarify. When I say funeral director, I mean somebody that actually sets up the funerals, do the pre-needs, do the arrangements, go pick up bodies, bring them back, put them in the refrigerator, and that's it, okay? There's a lot more to it, obviously, than that, but I'm also being licensed to do cremations, which I've been doing a lot of lately. In fact, we do one a day, pretty much, sometimes two a day, if we can get it. If we can get a person in the cremation station early enough in the day, let it cool down, clean it out, we can put another person in before dark. That's the law in the state of Washington. Now, in some states, you may say, well, wait a minute. In my state, I actually have to be an embalmer to be a funeral director. And you're probably right, okay? In the state of Washington, we don't have to be embalmers. In fact, in the state of Washington, you'll find a whole lot more funeral directors than you will embalmers. In Spokane, Washington, there is a funeral company that owns 7 funeral homes, and they have 1 embalmer. That's it. The rest are funeral directors. And so it is funny, though, the national average is a funeral director makes $97,000. An embalmer makes about $75,000. That's crazy to me, because you actually literally have to go to a school to become an embalmer, okay? You do not have to go to school to become a funeral director if you've already got a degree. And in the state of Washington, all they want is, you can have any kind of bachelor's degree, like a basket weaving bachelor's degree, as long as you have a psychology class, okay? And so I decided to go in this about a month ago, and I have performed 21 funerals so far, as far as help to arrange, help to go remove a body from a resident or a hospital or a nursing home. You just have to observe at least 25, and either file death certificates, do paperwork, file the 721, which is the Social Security form to stop any Social Security checks that are going out. Just letting Social Security know that you're dead, okay? And so, but this channel that I've decided to start, because the thing is, first of all, there's a ton of videos out there with funeral directors and what they do and everything, and I watch them, okay? I watch Little Miss Funeral. She actually works for a funeral home in New York that takes care of about 2,000 families a year. I couldn't imagine, because there's only 2 of us in our funeral home, the owner and me, and we take care of between 200 to 250 a year. And that seems like a lot to us because we're in a small town. I go to work in Carhartts. When we're doing a funeral, though, I'm in my best dressed, okay? But day to day, when people walk into our funeral home, which is teeny tiny, super tiny, I mean, it's really small. People expect to see my Carhartt shirt or my Carhartt jacket or whatever. They don't expect to see somebody dressed to the hilt, 100% of the time when the business is open, okay? We're a country funeral home. Now, there is another funeral home in town that when you walk in, they're very nice and dressed and everything, and that's your uppity up people, and that's fine. I think that's the reason why it's okay to have 2 or 3 funeral homes in a town, because you're going to be able to connect a little bit easier with with whatever style you're used to, okay? But the main reason why I started this channel is because there's people out there like me that didn't know, that may have been studying the profession for years. I mean, I started going to funerals at 14, okay? In a little tiny town where there was only one funeral home for miles around. And I lived like about 5 blocks from it, and I would ride my bike over, and if the flag was out, I knew there was somebody to be viewed, so I'd go view them. I didn't care if I knew them or not. I know, kind of weird, but us funeral directors and people, we are kind of a weird bunch anyway. So, but for years I'd studied this. I did reports on it in high school. It was always an adrenaline rush, and a few years ago I owned my own hearse, and then I got married or remarried, and I decided to go ahead and sell it. It was more of a bachelor's thing, and but I had flames on the side and scripture verses on it. You know, "Oh death, where is thy sting? Oh death, where is thy victory?" And on the back of it, it said, "Accept Jesus before you ride with me." You know, kind of cool things. And I got a lot of looks, and that was the point. Okay, but I used to carry my music equipment in the back of it, and so I play music. I'm a drummer and a guitar player and a bass player, so I have hobbies. We're just not weird people that hide in their basements, okay? But I really wanted to give you an introduction of me. I'm also a pastor of quite a few people, and it's a little bit different, okay? But I'm not going to explain that today. And I have another YouTube channel called Pastor Justin Morris PEC. You can check it out. I've got over 200 videos on there. PEC stands for Pentecostal Evangelical Church. The one reason why I decided to go into the funeral business was because I could bring aid and comfort to people that were deeply hurting. I've already been able to pray with people. I've already passed out my book that I wrote called How Do I Heal? And it's on Amazon. You can check it out. It's only 30 pages, but it deals with several different types of death, whether infant death, sudden death, you know, you weren't expecting it and it just happened. And long-term death, you knew it was going to happen, you just didn't know when it was. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Death is death, and it hurts just the same. You can prepare your heart all you want, but when it happens, it happens. So that's kind of what that book's about. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the next coming videos. I'm not going to film the cremation process, because you can watch that on YouTube. There's plenty of videos on there, and I don't want to waste your time. This is really going to be for me and my journey through this process, and to see what's going to be coming up next and how things are going to progress. So you can watch along with me, or you can skip the channel and go to somebody else that maybe looks better than I do. I would highly recommend Little Miss Funeral. She is really good, and she's been doing the profession for a long time, and she's married to a funeral director too. So, but she has a lot more information than I do, obviously, because she's probably been doing videos for about 4 years now. But she's really fun to watch. And so, anyways, I hope you enjoy my process as I go through. And if I decide it's not going to work out and I move on to something else, I'll let you know that too. Okay? All right. Thanks, and have a great day.